Game Night, directed by the two writers behind Spider-Man Homecoming and one of the actors behind Freaks and Geeks and the not-so-popular Kitchen Confidential, has been a bit of a surprise hit. Fans have enjoyed it, critics have enjoyed it, and it's made its money back twice over. So, we're here to talk about it this week. My name's Dylan.
I'm Heather.
And this is You're Wrong, the Great Film Debate. So, we saw this a couple weeks ago. I wasn't interested in seeing it. This was not on the original list of films to review.
Right, yeah.
So yeah, we saw it a couple.
Yeah, that. Yeah.
So and it was you who wanted to go see it.
Yeah.
So why did you want to go see it?
Because it looked funny. Like it honestly just looked like it would be hilarious, and it also looked like something. I think me and April saw it before we went for the 50 Shades podcast when we went to the see 50 Freed. We saw it then and there, and we both sort of looked at each other and went, "That'd be really funny." So we decided. So then when a slot came up, I was like, oh, well, this has just come out. Why don't we do this?
Yeah, so, well, I had a similar thing with it, like I did with Swing and Safari. It wasn't really on my radar. I didn't even see it in the list of films when I was putting the schedule together for You're Wrong. And I wasn't particularly interested in it. I like... What's the actor's name?
Oh, God, I've got nothing.
Bloke? Fucking... God, Bateman. Jason Bateman. I like Jason Bateman. Rachel McAdams, I think, is the lead female. She was in Sherlock Holmes and Mean Girls.
Yep.
Yeah, well, yeah. So,
she played Regina George. No, did she play Regina George?
I don't know. She was the head bitch woman.
Okay.
She was the evil Barbie.
Okay.
That's all I know. So, they were the two leads. I like them both. They're both fun and funny. But it didn't look particularly interesting to me. It looked... I mean, I've talked about it on the podcast before. It looked like another SNL rejects show.
It didn't look like that.
That's how it looked to me.
Like the movie, sitting down
and watching. You do
not
not get to invalidate my feelings.
No. So you mean while we were sitting down and watching the movie?
No, the trailer. That's what it looked like. That's why I wasn't interested in going to see it, because I saw the trailer. And like so many American films, I'm like, okay, so 5 people wrote this film, which means that 12 people wrote this film and only 5 of them got paid for it. And then they got as many fucking actors as they could together with any kind of history and comedy, and then they threw that together. I should have known better, because Jason Bateman has not been known for like more improv comedy. He was known for Arrested Development, which was a scripted show. And this is one of those films that it didn't feel too heavily ad-libbed. Like it clearly was in some places, but it wasn't. You weren't the whole time sitting there going, okay, so that was probably like their 3rd or 4th take, and then the next time he probably said something else. You know this thing, I noticed it a lot in Deadpool, which is why I didn't like it very much, where people will react to something 3 or 4 times. Do you know what I mean? Okay, so like when Weaselface in Deadpool sees Deadpool's face for the first time, he says like 5 different jokes about his face.
Right, yeah.
And it's like, okay, yeah, I don't need that. One joke is fine. Now you're just wasting my time and pissing me off, which is what I expect from movies like that.
Right. Okay.
So I was pleasantly surprised. It's been claimed recently that I hate movies.
By me.
No, it wasn't you.
No?
No, it wasn't you.
Because I've said that on camera before.
No, it wasn't you that said I hate movies. So I liked this one. Shut up. Go on.
What about it did you like?
What about it did you like? You were the one who was so keen for this. Did it meet your expectations?
It did. I mean, it wasn't like I was expecting this to be this huge movie. I just wanted to laugh. I went there with the aim. Sorry?
It's a Best Picture winner for sure.
No.
Gotcha.
No.
Yeah. It was better than 3 Billboards.
No.
It was better than The Shawshank Redemption. This Best Picture 2019.
No.
You didn't think that was earnest at all, did you?
No, but still, don't joke. I just didn't. I didn't go in with like these super high expectations. I went in thinking, all right, well, I hope this makes me laugh, and I was like hoping that
kind of like how you went with our relationship.
And I was also hoping that all the thing that happens the most with me now is I'll see a trailer for a movie and I'll be like, it's so good, I really want to go and watch it, and then I go and watch it, and all the funny bits were in the trailer. Like that's a big thing that's happening at the moment, but this wasn't. It did have funny bits that were in the trailer, but there were so many other things.
There were, and
like the context, watching the movie, and
really
giving the things,
made the jokes better.
Oh, like the bit where with the dog, so in the trailer you see him with like blood gets on the dog.
Spoilers. There will
Yeah.
be spoilers. Well, I'm gonna try not to spoil
Don't spoil the
ending.
No,
but
no.
there will be spoilers. It's been out for a couple of weeks.
But yeah, no, just the scene with the dog and the blood and how he's trying to clean it up, and then the dog shakes and it's just the context behind that makes it so much.
It's one of those rare occasions where the trailer complements the film quite nicely.
Yeah.
Um,
And I like a lot of the marketing they did leading up to it as well. Like a lot of their
paying attention
promo
to
stuff.
marketing.
I really like it.
I don't like the main poster
No,
because it's like a chessboard or like I don't know, maybe that's a trouble piece or whatever.
it's not their main one. It's one of.
And it's
their
got a mask.
promos.
It's got a ski mask.
That was
on
one of the
pieces,
billboards
and
they did. It wasn't the main
It
one.
looks just a little too phallic for me. I'm not a phallic fan. So, yeah, I don't know, it put me off. Maybe that's, they're trying to draw in the female. There was a massive female cast. It was quite a well-balanced cast in terms of gender, I thought. Less so in terms of, like, the importance of certain roles.
Yeah.
But there were quite a few. I'd be curious to look back and see if it passed the Bechdel test.
I really liked the idiot, the guy that would always.
He
bring,
was so fun.
He was such a good guy, but like he would bring. There's like a full on bit where atypical comedy where like they show the girls
Before you
he
go
would
on,
bring.
what was... I can't do that to any of the other guests. Who... We had an argument about him. Who has he actually been in other films? That particular guy. He wasn't actually He wasn't the guy in 50 Shades, was he?
It's the guy in 50 Shades. No.
Because
You
I
thought
thought the guy who was in that... I
Yeah.
haven't seen it, but like he was in a TV show.
This guy was different. Like he was in. He was in something I can't remember what it was though.
No.
But he was so good. Like his whole ongoing thing is he believes in like this underground fight club.
Which is so
that's
stupid.
happening
He's just
game,
lovable.
like-
He's stupid enough to be funny, but not so stupid that like I want to kill myself.
Yeah.
Like at no point in the cinema was I like, awesome. He's so stupid. I feel like I've worked with him in like a retail environment. Like I feel like I've shouted at this guy before, like, no, don't stick your fucking hand into the fucking oil, you fucking idiot. You knew he couldn't do that. But like he'd do something just a little bit dumber, like slip on oil or something. He was just that little bit stupid. It was refreshing. So many times in comedies they so overdo things.
Yeah, but this
And
was
stupidity's one of them.
quite well balanced.
Yeah, I thought it was. Yeah.
Yeah, and the couple that had been together for like so long, and then they had a big
the leads.
thing. No, not the leads. The other one.
Oh, the yeah. The Hannibal Buress knockoff.
Yeah.
Buress? I don't know. The guy from Whose Line Is It Anyway?
Yeah. Anyway, but yeah, they were really good. I really liked what they did with them. So that they had their own little side thing. Like every character did have their own thing going on. It wasn't just like main character and here are all these.
There was
other
no
people.
real
Like,
waste of space.
No, everything
characters
was,
in there, except maybe the fucking receptionist for the kidnap mystery.
Yeah, she's the Gina from
the
Brooklyn
receptionist
Nine-Nine.
from Brooklyn
Nine-Nine.
Yeah, I don't like her, so that's just me.
No.
She's just like a non-animated Cheryl from Archer.
But I thought you said that how much you did like her and that she reminded you of Cheryl. I thought that was a positive thing.
Depends on how drunk I am when I say it. Really.
Right. Okay. Fair enough. That's fair.
Yeah.
But I thought it was really good. I thought it was really, really good. I couldn't praise it enough. There were I had some issues. I had some problems with it. Like I thought. So, all right. Again, this is going to be a pretty heavy spoiler, but I do want to discuss it. You've been fucking warned. No. Wait. You're not going to talk about the neighbor.
No.
Oh, okay. All right.
There are two twists. There are two big twists in the last third of the film.
I'll go into detail about them. It's worth the wait.
Would you just stop? Would you?
No.
One of the fucking twists happens, and you're like, oh, okay, it's not particularly shocking, and it wasn't as much of like a game changer as you would have liked it to be, and for how it affected the plot. We had theories during the film about what was going to happen at the end, and I reckon our theories were better. They would have taken some doing, but still.
What was one of them mine one was that it was all a gender reveal that she was already pregnant.
Well, don't say that it's not that.
But
No, you said don't get specific, and now you've eliminated something. Why? Why would you do that?
out of the million other possibilities that could have been.
Yeah, but a million of those 999,993 of those possibilities are fucking stupid. That doesn't mean that they're not possible in an American comedy, but still. Yeah, well, anyway, as I was saying, yeah, so there's a twist, it's fine, whatever. But then they set up like a second twist, and by that point I was like, I would just like the movie to end now, please.
Really?
The last like 10 minutes of the film were completely fucking useless. Like they had nothing to do with anything. We could have gone. It's kind of like the ending of Stripes.
Right.
So Stripes is so good. Like you go like the whole story, like as they're cadets and everything, and they pass the test and everything. It's like yeah, and then they're like, and here's some more, and it's like I really didn't need that. Like I had I enjoyed the film. I had very little issues with it. I could have been very happy to walk away there. And then they're like, wait, but there's more. And I'm like, this more that you're giving me, I understand you're trying to up the ante here. Get gaming term. But it's boring. After, now I'm just tired. Like, I've been jerked around and I just want to go to sleep. So I could have done, as much as I enjoyed, and again, I'm not going to go into spoilers here. As much as I enjoyed having Michael C. Hall show up,
that's not a spoiler.
in this extra bit at the film, as much as I enjoyed that, I think I might have sacrificed him.
I really wanted more of him. I really wanted more of him though. If he was going to be in this,
it would have been nice to have. I
would have had him more.
But I would definitely. I think I would sacrifice his appearance in the film to get rid of that extra ending.
Okay, fair enough.
Because I could. It was just like you're belaboring the point. I get it. They only did it for like a half second, like oh my god, what's happening moment, and then after that you don't give a shit anymore. And they do kind of joke about that within the this new twist. You remember? I'll talk to you about it later. But yeah, like they do kind of reference it a little bit, that it's like and again, and then it's like nobody's fooled. Yeah, a part of you wants to be fooled.
I'll tell you what I really loved though. The initial fight scene when the guy gets kidnapped.
That was fucking brutal.
That was awesome. And they're just all...
And it's extra brutal when you find out the context of that particular kidnapping later.
Because it's in the trailer where like you see him get beaten up and dragged off, and everyone's like, "Oh, you guys get some cheese in here."
It's
like,
even better.
You gotta
than
get
it.
It's
in
just
the trailer.
so good. And there's a bit leading up to that where it's like they've got a lot of like horror movie build up moments where it's like the music gets intense and the thing happens like a cheap jump scare, like when he comes out with a knife, ready to cut cheese and whatnot. But it all works because then it took the piss that much more out of when the actual shit started to happen.
Yeah.
It was so good.
It's one of those things, like, it's definitely a black comedy.
Yeah.
If it was any blacker, you'd fall into, like, Martin McDonagh territory, where halfway through the film, you're contemplating self-harm.
Are you actually, though? Because
if you got darker than Game Night, yeah, you end up... Martin McDonagh's films are mean. They're fucking mean.
I don't think that was... I reckon because... I kind of see your point, but then again, she gives him a squeaky toy to chew on while trying to...
Are you listening to what I'm saying? I'm saying it's not that dark.
I know, but you're saying like one shade darker and it would have been. I don't think so. Go about 5 more. Have people die early on.
Because if it was any darker, you wouldn't possibly be able to have lines like, don't say hey when she walks in here calling you a fuckhead. That was a 7 Billboards quote.
Okay.
I'm just saying, look, does it fucking matter?
Alright, yeah, no, when...
You see what I'm saying? Like, that's what makes it a black comedy. It's still a comedy, but, it's okay, maybe the McDonagh films are a lot darker than Game Night was. But for an American, it's pretty fucking impressive. Remembering that 3 Billboards was an Irish director.
The fact that they didn't just use all the jokes in the trailer is impressive for Americans.
Yeah, that is impressive. It's also impressive that the whole time I wasn't sitting there going, okay, so they made that line up about 20 minutes before they shot that. That's lovely. Like,
You got that?
I get so sick of it. I've watched so many fucking like Bad Neighbors or Neighbors in the States and all that other shit. Like whenever anybody from SNL shows up in a film, I'm like, oh, it's one of those productions. And then they'll spend like 5 minutes riffing off of one line, and it's like, no, it's not funny, a single thing you've said is funny to begin with, and you've basically said it 30 times. Now, not only do I not want to watch the rest of this film, I hate you personally, not as an actor, not as a professional, as a human being. I want to find where you live and do horrible things to you. Like, it gets just so grating for me. And I know that's just a me thing. They make, like, fucking sinful amounts of money in the box office.
Yeah.
There's a reason there was a Daddy's Home 2. John Lithgow, why the hell would you do that to me? And Mel Gibson. But...
Really? You care about the Mel Gibson
side? I love Mel Gibson. Yeah, alright, maybe he doesn't love certain minorities, but, I love him. His flawed, broken, beardy face. He's doing a sequel to Passion of the Christ.
Oh, yeah.
Listen. there's a certain kind of insane you have to be to make Passion of the Christ. How fucking extra insane do you have to be to go sequel time? I'm thinking
He
a
watched
Jesus.
Family Guy.
I'm thinking a Bible cinematic universe. It's gonna turn out that like the Noah film was like their Incredible Hulk. Like we're gonna forget about it. We're recasting. Russell Crowe's not gonna be back. We're gonna get Stephen Lang to play Noah from now on. I didn't watch the Noah movie if I'm honest, but I know nobody liked it. It was one of Ridley Scott's films, so there was a 2 in 3 chance that it was going to be trash, which is not good odds for a world-renowned director. Not even nearly as good as his brothers, who was like a schlocky B-movie action guy.
A schlocky.
Well, he made Top Gun.
Okay.
Schlock maybe isn't the right word, but like sort of like borderlining B film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just don't. I think that the movie. I don't think it necessarily went over the top, but it certainly met my expectations.
It exceeded mine.
Yeah.
For an American comedy, with so many like slightly off kilter but fairly predictable gags in the trailer, it did exceed my expectations. So if you hated Daddy's Home and all that stuff, I'd definitely go watch it. There were some things, some of the performance stuff that didn't add up. There's a bit, it's in the trailer, so the bit where she's like about to get killed and the guy falls into the turbine and gets blown up.
Yeah.
I don't care who the fuck you are not blasé about that. That is not a, oh my god, he died, I'm pretending to be sad. That is a, like, throwing up on the ground moment. So
there wasn't enough splatter on the plane, if I'm honest.
They used up all their splatter on the dog scene. Yeah, you guys can just try and figure out what that means. Yeah, that was something that, like, it would have been more funny if it was a more human reaction for me.
Yeah?
Yeah. Well, because so much of the film is based off of human reaction. So much of it is like, these people are completely and utterly fucking unaware, and then all of a sudden shit gets real. When he gets shot in the arm, it's not like, okay, moving on, comedy action style. It's like, holy fucking shit, I'm about to die. Help, help, help. And then they use funny elements to make it funny, like the chew toy shit. But it's still...
And the wine, and then...
And the wine and that. But it's
like,
still real.
This?
It's still a very real human moment. It's like, that is... if I got shot, that is exactly what you would do to me. That is exactly what you would do to me if you'd had that much wine and cheese.
I wouldn't get a nice wine. I would have gotten a thicker vodka.
Well, they didn't have any
And I wouldn't have just poked at your bone and been like, what's this white stuff?
Oh, pain's funny. So that was something that bothered me. Like, so much of the film was really good like that. Really just kind of accurate to how people behave. And then there was that bit. I'm like, well, I'm completely... that was the other thing I didn't like. That was part of what I didn't like about, like, the very ending.
Yeah.
Like, conflict. Because it's like, okay, now it's jumped the shark within its own film.
Okay, yeah.
For me. Yep, go on.
I could have done without the first initial, like, the first bit where you think, oh, the movie's going to end. I could have done without that. Like, I get why it was funny and I get all that, but...
With the neighbour?
Yeah, I would have...
I liked that. I really liked that. Given his character and everything that happened, I 100% believed and could buy into that. It was the bit after that. I was like, I don't give a shit. I didn't really love it. I would have preferred if it had been one of our theories. I think that would have been better.
Yeah.
But I still liked it. I didn't hate it.
I was upset when, like...
I feel like one of the old guys in the Muppets. Yeah, I liked it. I mean, I didn't hate it. It was alright. It wasn't very good. It was pretty shit, actually. Fuck that. I hated it.
Boo! 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 Yeah. No, that's
You fool! You fell asleep! Who's the fool? You watched it!
I just think it was... I think it was pretty well rounded.
Statler and Waldorf. That's their names.
Yeah.
We always forget Statler.
Yeah.
Yep, go on.
I mean, I enjoyed it. I would watch it again. I'd recommend it. I'd only give it really like 4 out of... Well, like 3.5 or 4 out of 5. Like, I wouldn't give it...
I don't know if it deserves a 4, but it's better than a 3.
3.5.
Nah, 3.5 is a cop-out. You know what? I'm giving it a 4. I'm giving it a 4 rubber ducks out of 5. I'm going to give it 4 through and through bullet wounds out of 5. That's what I'm giving it. You know what? It fucking earned it. All things considered, a largish Hollywood, animated comedy film.
Yeah.
It earned that 4.
Yeah.
Says this fucking Australian who earns $1,000 a year and does not work in the film industry. You earned that.
You earned it.
You know,
yeah.
you take that home. Fucking hell. We'll send that in a clip to the makers. Yeah. So
You earned it, buddy.
You earned it, John Francis Daly and Jonathan Goldstein.
You already know more than me, so.
Well, John Francis Daly, he's the dweeby guy from Kitchen Confidential. Who the fuck would be the dweeby guy?
Oh, right, yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I hate it when you give me that look. It's like, and I'm like, I've given you literally what it said in the fucking script for the casting call. He is dweeby. Hey, look, it's him.
I didn't know if you meant the guy that used to play Xander or the other...
He's not the dweeby guy, is he? He's
Mormon.
large with knives. He's a bit of a loser, but he's not the dweeby guy. Dweeb and loser are two very different things. Anyway, actually, there was one thing I wanted to bring up that I really enjoyed in that film.
Yeah.
There were a bunch of wide shots that, like, establishing shots of where they are, and looking at them, they looked like board games.
Yeah,
They
I didn't
made
get
them.
that.
Yeah, you didn't notice it. I only noticed it. I didn't ask anybody else, but I noticed that when they had like really large, wide exterior shots and they zoomed in for about 90% of that shot, it looked like it had been set up like a board game, not flat, but like it'd be like if you took a Monopoly board and put houses and shit on it. If you turned that into like a street, like a real street that you could look at.
I just wonder if this is a thing where like the people that like set it up go, oh, we just made a house, man.
No,
Like-
no. It was more than that. Like it was like to do with like a lack of details. Like they could have just shot it. Like they have fucking drones and shit. They could have just filmed that shot, but it was definitely something that was made in a computer. And then anyway,
Yeah.
I'm right. I know I'm right.
Yes, you are.
Because it's only
You are right.
certain scenes and those scenes are connected to certain things that I can't get into without giving away a major spoiler for the film. Anyway, final thoughts. Yep, loved it.
Yep.
Fucking I did. I really enjoyed it. I mean, Jason Bateman's always a treat.
Yes.
I'll always like him since Zootopia. Zootopia earned it.
Yeah, really, Zootopia's the one that did it.
Zootopia's awesome. What's wrong with you?
It is awesome, but I'm just surprised that that's the one that did it for you.
Who's the bunny in Zootopia? I've forgotten.
She plays
She's not Reese Witherspoon.
no, she plays Snow White in that Once Upon a Time TV show I used to watch.
What does that do for me?
Yeah. She's crap. I'll show you after. I know who she is. I don't know anything else. I can't think. You put me on the spot.
Get a shiny one, right? Anyway, alright guys, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, even if you didn't enjoy, go ahead and like and subscribe. Check out Facebook. Check out our website, secret-source.media. And check out some of our other videos. Yeah, definitely check out the Swing and Safari review.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Alright guys, thank you very much for watching. I'm Dylan.
I'm Heather.
And this has been You're Wrong, the Great Film Debate. We'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.
So anyway, I kicked him to death.